Let's get issue 89 off and running. A really cool episode this week. It's the first week of September 3rd, my mom's birthday. I want to take a couple quick pictures of my mom and I in the past, and there I am. Even at 2.5, I knew where I was going. And then this is also showing her Obi-Wan Kenobi, probably breaking down statistics and everything for her there. So happy birthday, Mom, to see her on her birthday, and she's doing good, doing really good. Getting right to the cover stories, we are going into the return of Ashlyn Blakely. Yeah, she's back. It feels like it's been longer than a year since we've seen Ashlyn on the screen, but she's making her big horror debut this October, and we'll talk more about Ashlyn on this week's Spotlight. But Ashlyn recently confirmed her involvement with Cassette 2 and will be reprising her role of paranormal investigator Kim Clare. And spoiler alert, Kim does go into the woods of Burkittsville. Next on the cover story is the Out of My Dreams premiere. Wow. Remember Jinx Films is a small production house. It's a small function. A lot of times I just joke around and say it's basically just a group text. So speaking of that, it's 150 views in its first few days Out of My Dreams. For a Jinx Films production, that's pretty good. That's actually really good. We had upwards of 10 watching simultaneously on Friday night premiere. So thank you everyone that was there, that has seen it already. It's been nothing but positive responses all around. So it was cool, and I had a tiny premiere party there with me and Baggy. Premiere night, Out of My Dream style. Baggy, he's out, but getting ready to go. We're half an hour to go until premiere of Out of My Dreams.
Out of my dreams and into your arms, I long to fly. I will come as evening comes to a waiting sky. Out of my dreams and into the hush.
And then Stephanie also had looked like a really cool outdoor premiere party, fire pit, screen, looked really nice. So once again, I think it's just gonna continue to just gain some attention and some traction. And last on the cover story, I mean, it's a cool little factoid more than like breaking news or anything, but with Baltimore Comic-Con right around the corner, it may have already happened. I think it's in a few weeks, but it's in the Baltimore Convention Center. And for the first time in 2004, myself or JJ's Films won't be at any comic convention. So Susan and I went as far back as 2004 to the first one, or to at least in Philadelphia, out there at Wizard World East is what it was called then. And the late great Michael Turner was the guest of honor there. And so for 20 years between Philly and Baltimore, every single year, just consistently between Philly, Baltimore, and some other scattered, Pittsburgh or whatever, over the course of 20 years. And then obviously the last two, casting for In Unison and heavily promoting it. And then the celebration of the completion of filming and the launch of the first full theatrical trailer at 2023. There was an outside chance that we were going to be there this year to sell it. I was even tossing around the idea of pitching to the Comic-Con organizers to have a panel, how to create a feature film for under $15,000. It was something I was toying around doing. It's just 2024 has not been the smoothest ride, and that was way down on the priority list in terms of getting done for me. So Yeah, never say never. I'm not opposed to ever doing a Comic-Con thing. I love them. It's just not in the books this year. Now to the spotlight with Ashlyn Blakely. It does feel like it's been longer than since February since Ashlyn has been on the screen. Well, we saw Ashlyn on the big screen in Unison, but she had her solo movie in Will Ragebite in February. So Ashlyn hasn't really worked on a movie since then. So I know she's probably itching to get back into a different role. Kim Clare is a paranormal investigator we met in February as well at when Legends of Burkittsville, the 98 Dead tape premiered. So those two characters are going to be wildly different, but a little bit of the same. And like I was saying, she does go back into Kim Clare does go into the woods, and her role is pretty significant in that she represents modern views on these kind of things, and very in disproving myths and urban legends to just simply base that on the most likely circumstance. And she really believes that Johnny Gaudreau was just a crazed kind of psychopath that staged all of this in some kind of way, and he could use a video journal to back it off as evidence and kind of disappear and continue to wreak havoc. And so what Kim does in this new movie, in Cassette 2, is basically put all this evidence out there. And on top of that, she's going to basically record herself going to the woods to say there's nothing wrong here in Burkittsville. We finally get another voice out there to say this is hysteria for no reason. Johnny Gaudreau was or whatever, just a piece of garbage, and he murdered his girlfriend, and he made all these spooky things and make it seem like it, just to keep it going, to keep the attention off of him and inside Burkittsville. And so she's going there to disprove it, and yeah, it goes from there. So we're willing to see. She joins the cast with Margaret McKee-Janicki, and Dylan is also going to be on board to help out with some effects. And it's going to be a one-day shoot, October 10th, where we just knock out Legends of Burkittsville Cassette 2 in one shooting day, rain or shine. I would welcome rain. It's definitely not called for it in this. Before we get into the wanted section, yeah, man, the Johnny Gaudreau, the hockey player, dead at 31. So I don't like, whenever a hockey player dies, it feels like it's different. It's almost like inside of a separate fraternity. So every time you hear a hockey player die, especially someone as that can promote the league as well as he did, taken. Yeah, it sucks. And on to the wanteds on September 2nd, this Friday. A super, I guess it's a very Lukeski, weird, crazy movie will premiere. Under 9 minutes, I think the time is. It's called Summer 1993, parentheses, Party, a Legend of Burkittsville. So, if Legends of Burkittsville can still continue, even if people were to make a different style and they could just say, a Legend of Burkittsville, or Legends of Burkittsville new whatever. But the point is now it's branching off a little bit. This is still focused around Johnny Gaudreau and the trilogy. This is a tape that was found by the family of Angel de la Cuerda, and they were one of the family members who wished not to be identified or named, was moving and stumbled across a pile of tapes, and they recalled had seen all of them. I remember all those occasions except for the one tape, which she didn't remember viewing that one. So she watched the tape, knew who he was, and knew what was going on. It's the only tape that Johnny Gaudreau couldn't have doctored. So this was never in his possession. It was filmed all by Angel. I guess Angel just lost track of it. And there's a VHS tape showing Lonnie very intoxicated moments before he crashed Heather's truck and involved in the manslaughter of a child. So this is what's coming out this Friday. The 8-minute movie of the new evidence found in the Johnny Gaudreau saga, and it's called Summer 1993 Party. It's the name of the cassette, basically, that was found, new evidence just now. So it has been reviewed, released. So thanks to the Frederick and Howard County Police Departments and the family of Angel de la Cuerda for giving this evidence now a look. So this Friday, that premieres on the YouTube channel. Bit of a lighting issue, but it's all good now. So September 13th will be the comprehensive look at the saga of the Blair Witch trilogy, kind of according to the Legends of Burkittsville universe. So very rich, very detailed kind of history. It even fuses in historical facts. So interweaving Robert Eggers' The Witch, the Blair Witch Project, and the Legends of Burkittsville trilogy as one cohesive witch story that they all intertwine somehow correctly, even given the canonical lore of the Blair Witch Project existing. So even if you did take Legends of Burkittsville, you know, let's just say, for example, Lionsgate buys it or whatever, or takes it from me, and they could put that into Legends of Burkittsville lore as is, and it would match up correctly. You know, and we'll go through all that detail, and that leads up to the premiere of the ending of it all on October 25th. And so really the third date on the Wanted was the filming date of October 10th. So the one day to see Margaret, Dylan, Ashlyn, a little mini reunion of sorts, and film this thing and put to bed a couple years worth of storytelling. Before we close out the show with that phone call skit, let's take away the May We Recommend. Yeah, and so I was thinking if there was a way to possibly put, you know, my cocky ass just out there, my interactions with people on like an interview basis, and just put them all together, maybe combine all the interactions and put them together in a hypothetical phone conversation to kind of summarize it. What would it look like? I wonder what it would look like.
Hello?
You're looking for a job?
Huh?
I'm looking for a job.
Okay. You have experience?
Yeah, 7 years.
7 years?
Yeah.
You have inspection license?
Special what?
Inspection license. You are inspecting?
Oh, inspection. Sure, I have all that shit, tough guy.
Okay, talk to my boss.
Right.
Okay?
Yeah.
I tell him everything. You have a 7-year experience.
Put your boss on. I'll talk to him.
Hello?
Yeah.
Yeah, may I help you?
Calling about the job.
What do you mean, what about the job? Are you applying for a job?
That's right, tough guy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You have New York State inspection license?
Yes, I do.
All right. Where are you working now?
Well, right now, I just had to leave an old job because the difference is with my fucking boss.
Huh?
I had problems with my boss.
Got troubles with your boss?
Right.
Uh-huh. Well, I'll tell you what. You can come down and see me tomorrow.
Yeah, huh? Should I bring my fucking tools?
Excuse me?
Should I bring my toolbox?
Wait a minute. I'll tell you what. Call me tomorrow.
Call you when?
Excuse me?
Call you when?
Call me tomorrow. I don't think you can talk like that. You don't have to call me and talk to me like that.
All right, Lynn, I'll tell you what I'll do. I'll come down with my tools tomorrow and I start work tomorrow.
You gonna come down and start work tomorrow?
Yes or no?
Oh, wait a minute. I gotta hire you first, guy.
Well, I'm the best.
You're the best?
That's right.
Okay.
I'm serious.
I know.
I'll work circles around you. I'll wrap your fucking head in with a ratchet.
Huh?
You don't have anybody down there that works like me.
Oh, yeah?
That's right.
Okay.
Okay?
All
so
right.
I'll see you tomorrow with my tools.
That will do it this week. Stay tuned. Next week we will have 2 original stories, kind of like ghost stories that were told to me that were based on people firsthand, and sharing those, reading those off to start our Halloween season of chills. So thank you for watching, and I'll see you this Friday at the premiere of Summer 1993.